Without community revitalization, communities that fall on hard times are either left to live that way or the community will disappear. So you have to be able to have tools to come in and jumpstart either the economy or jumpstart pieces and parts of a community so that they can begin to thrive again. When we came to Millersburg, they used to be a destination community, and all of those things had gone by the wayside. So we decided, okay, we've got to get the economic engine going first, and that was phase one. And that we chose the campus of MMI to begin to repurpose it to start bringing people back to town. Then we began to turn our attention to phase two. So we just focus on Main Street right now. The city hired a code enforcement officer. With their help and with what we were able to do in buying buildings and beginning to renovate them, or buying blighted properties and tearing them down, that took us to now phase three, which is you've got people coming for a visit. Now they're liking it very much, and so now they want to spend the night. And so we turn our attention to creating Airbnbs and rooms that people can spend the night. And we're also turning our attention to restaurants now so that people will have a place to eat when they get up the next morning. The most exciting phase that we're going through right now was spawned by a lady by the name of Jan Wagoner. I heard her give a speech of how important it is that we begin to clean up the blighted properties in Millersburg. She was our beacon. We need to name a fund after her, and just to honor what she did, but also to carry on what she started. And she was right at the center of it, and I hope she'll be remembered for that for a long time.
Her heart was part of Millersburg, and she just believed in it so much and believed in the revitalization, and everything that she did for the town was to improve it and make it better and make it be what it once was, and even more of what it could be. And you can just see the small improvements that we're making in the town now. We're building this new future for Millersburg, and new hope for people coming into the town, and hope for the people that have lived there their whole lives. She just wanted to see that grow, and she wanted Millersburg to be a place that people just didn't bypass, but stayed and visited, and maybe even wanted to move there and raise their families there.
By refurbishing the town, by refurbishing the grounds here and refurbishing the houses that were in bad shape, you now see people. You see people outside doing things, and I love that. That's a great boost for us to have that community spirit coming back.
We want people to feel like they live in the town they'd like to go on vacation to. And so how do we do that? By revitalizing a downtown, we are able to encourage the local people to get involved. We are able to help small businesses. It encourages those kinds of businesses to come to a community.
The revitalization, it helps in a lot of different ways. Number one, it creates jobs, but it also feeds into the payroll tax to the city, and it just helps the community be able to sustain itself and be able to continue on. When you look around aesthetically and see the changes in the historic revitalization of buildings in the community, and people are going to want to move here. Once they get the downtown revitalized, it's going to be very welcoming, and it's going to be a place where you got a coffee shop or a restaurant or whatever that you're going to want to go hang out. Once you start the revitalization, it's going to do nothing but build on positivity.
Right now, if I was a resident of Millersburg, which I am, but if I was just an outsider watching, it looks like we're very much about buildings. And we are in the beginning, but that is a very small part of community development. The reason that we're focused on buildings now is because usually inside those buildings is where community happens. And without them, it's very hard for community to take place. And what I mean by that is the town had lost all of its restaurants, all of the gathering places where people go and meet each other, make memories together. A lot of those things happen inside buildings. So that's why you see us focused on that. We will begin to turn our attention to now what goes on inside those buildings. And I think that's when the residents are going to really begin to see, oh yeah, this has been worth it. This has been worth it. It's very much as if you had people coming to visit you. They call, oh gosh, we got to clean up the living room. And it's like, oh, we want to spend the night. Oh gosh, now we got to clean up the bedroom. Oh wait, you're going to feed us in the morning? Okay, we got to clean up the kitchen. So it's very much the same process. It's just that we're doing it with thousands of people and getting the town ready for that.
I do believe that we're headed in a strong and wonderful direction at the moment. We just had to regroup ourselves, dust ourselves off, and work towards becoming a community that's vested in the present and the future with strong roots. History is the past telling the present about the future. So in Millersburg, we always had a strong sense of history, and history is what we need in order to understand where we are presently, and I believe to go forward with clear direction. If you don't understand where you've been, it's difficult to imagine where you may go. We are looking forward to new beginnings as well as dusting off some of our old resources. We still have some wonderful architecture from past generations here in town, which we need to celebrate and dust off a bit, reclaim them, rejuvenate them, and repurpose them. And I think Community Ventures is doing an excellent job leading us in that direction, as well as making the resources available to help us do that.
The history here shows that we will survive. We will come back because of the people that have been here before us. History is important, very important to us.
I'm very pleased that they're trying to do this. I think Millersburg needs to rise again.